Here's the latest. Fractures deepening in the Democratic Party as a growing number of lawmakers question Biden's fitness for a second term. Vermont Senator Peter Welch becoming the first Senate Democrat to call for a new candidate on the ticket. The president set to deliver a crucial news conference later this evening at 5:30 Eastern Time. Let's head to D.C. and catch up with AMH alongside Bloomberg's Josh Wingrove. Anne-Marie, good morning.
Good morning, John. That's right. And Josh and I will both be in that news conference this evening. Josh, I want to get a sense from you. You're talking to the White House. You've seen how it's been with the NATO summit. Basically, the elephant in the room is Joe Biden's age and whether or not he can lead the free world. Yeah. Does the White House feel the same way that everyone is billing this press conference? High stakes, kind of a do or die moment.
It depends on who you ask. Some do, some don't. A lot of people close to Biden are saying, hey, that letter we sent on Monday to lawmakers saying basically, shut up, get in line, I'm running. That stands. That is his position. We were told by sources yesterday, as recently as last night, that Biden hasn't wavered a bit in that decision to run. He's not convinced. Pelosi's sort of surprise event yesterday, whatever we're calling it, however we're interpreting it, has not wooed him. But there are nerves across the Democratic Party, not only in the lawmakers who are speaking out publicly, but among others who are allies of the president, that this has gained steam. I think 24 hours ago, if we were sitting here before Pelosi had spoken, Biden allies felt pretty good. And they thought, you know, things had gotten back in the bag a little bit. Jerry Nadler, for instance, had on Sunday said that Biden should probably not be the nominee, and on Tuesday had come out and said, he's sticking around. There's nothing really we can do. We're all for Team Biden. And now it feels like the wheels are coming off a little bit again. So all eyes are on this press conference. If it goes badly, then I think we'll see more momentum towards the question of whether he should be the nominee. If it goes well, maybe they can, put the cat in the bag again.
There's also the donor class. And the Financial Times this morning has some quotes from New York donors. One saying they can't believe they're saying this, but they wish there would be a gaffe tonight because something so big that he fails that he just steps aside. I want to ask you, because we heard from one important donor from Hollywood yesterday as well. Yeah. Who does the White House view as Brutus at this moment? Is it the Nancy Pelosi remark yesterday, putting it back in Biden's corner, where you made a decision, but maybe think about it again? Or was it that George Clooney opinion piece?
I think it's more Clooney. And Clooney came with more than just his opinion, right? A lot of Biden allies said, celebrities, we don't listen to celebrities. We listen to real voters. But Clooney was at an event. Anne-Marie, you and I were at the G7. Biden was there. He left early, skipped that Ukraine peace summit in Switzerland to go to this fundraiser with George Clooney. And the video from that fundraiser was one of the ones that has really stoked age concerns in and around the debate. He looked a little out of it and kind of had to be, steered off stage, handled, however you want to say it. And so Clooney came out yesterday not only saying Biden should not be the nominee, but saying that the guy he saw at that fundraiser was the same one at the debate. In other words, it isn't just the debate, it's other things as well.
That goes back to a Nancy Pelosi point of, is this an episode or condition? And George Clooney's opinion piece almost said, this is not just a bad night, this is a condition.
Or at least there's been more than one episode, yes. And of course, one of the justifications for the president's self-described bad night at the debate was he was tired, he was traveling that month twice to Europe, and that is true. I will note, all eyes on tonight. It's not been a light week for him. He's hosting a NATO summit, one that's been pretty successful as NATO summits go. I'm sure he wants to talk about that. I think tonight we'll see him try to put the contrast more on Trump. I wouldn't be surprised if the phrase Google Project 2025 comes out of his mouth. They really want to steer the conversation more to that, if only as a message to their own party that this is a contrast election and that is Biden's best path.
You're in and out of the White House every day. Just quickly, I want to get a sense from you on how palatable it is, this concern. A source once said to me that worked for Bush, said anything you see in the press, it is always 20 times worse inside if it's that bad in the press.
Yeah. Some are putting on a happy face, but the mood yesterday was rough. I mean, people are not jazzed at the moment, and for a range of reasons. Some of them think the media are disproportionately going after them. Some of them are mad that Democrats are speaking out, perhaps understandably. And some of them just have this deep sense of dread about all of this, and that one way or another, this is wounding the Democratic brand heading into the election. It's rough right now, and I think that for some of them who might have felt comfort 24, 48, 72 hours ago that, everyone is sort of falling in line behind the president, right now, it's, I think, more of an open question. Peter Welch is not a firebrand who pops off, to have a senator like that come out and say. That is, I think, indicative of wide concern, as opposed to, like, Senator Romney saying something about Donald Trump when every other senator, the Republican senator, didn't agree.
And just quickly, if he has this press conference tonight, why schedule and promote on a Wednesday the NBC interview Monday evening?
You're the media expert, you tell me, Anne-Marie. I don't know. There'll be a lot of eyes on that. Remember, that also is in a trip to Texas and Nevada. He's also going on Friday to Michigan. This is important. He went to the AFL-CIO yesterday. Biden is campaigning right now. He's got his, pedal to the floor on it, which is a signal that he doesn't intend to step aside. And so for Democrats who are coming out, they're trying to essentially pop that bubble and have him at least recognize that they have deep concern. But right now, he is flooring it. Michigan, he's speaking with black voters. He's touting support from the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. He's really going to all these key constituencies in the Democratic Party that have been supporters not only of the party, but of Biden specifically as a lifeline to basically save his hide here.